Hello, everybody, and welcome back to World of Zowo.
Zowo.
Zowo, what's this?
Oh,
I'm surprised it took you this long to make that joke.
Made that
we've
joke in
made
the
it
first
before.
episode.
Yeah,
Did we?
they have.
Well, when we last left off...
Notices.
Notices your character sheet. Now, shush. When we last left off, our intrepid assholes...
I don't think we're intrepid.
You've argued this before, but I still find it funny to call you intrepid assholes. Anyway,
You mixed
Would
your
an intrepid asshole
your
do
blood with
this?
vampire ash and then drank it. I think that's a little adventurous.
No, I snorted it. Big difference.
you snorted your own blood. Shut up, you're intrepid.
What
Um,
what did I do? I had to drop out early.
oh, you...
You went to sleep
Yeah, you
after.
took a nap.
Yeah.
Catnap.
Yeah.
Some things happened while you were asleep, Asa. You've not
No, I'm going to... Recap time.
Also,
This is
also
what the
chat, you're
recap
very
part is
quiet.
for.
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
Everyone's quiet. Anyway,
Hold up. Okay. How about now? Can you hear me?
that did not change anything. Anyway, look, with our normal amount of bullshit starting, welcome back to World of Zowo.
Zowo, what's this?
Anyway,
This game went good.
The
our...
theme song justifies itself now.
I told you it wasn't going to be calm the whole time. Anyway, so, last time
I'll be right back.
on Realm of Zowo, we had several things happen. Our adventurers, our assholes returned from their adventure in the catacombs fighting vampires. Not catacombs, sewers, subway tracks, one of the two. Fighting vampires. They returned weary and tired with a small amount of reward and a large amount of gold that was carried to their house by homeless people. So good on them, I suppose. Flax has donned and acquired a pair of magic gloves, which she does not know what does. Azza has
Castle.
a small castle with some kind of spatial enchantment upon it.
That's
Uh,
still attuned to the vampire.
Nope. You attune to it.
Nope. Oh, cool.
You don't know the activation code though.
Gotta be on it somewhere.
Nope. Anyway, so that happened. Then, what was next? Oh, and Rathu found out about Rathu's magical items, which were a pair of dice that did stuff. There were some dice that did stuff, magical dice. What was it? Was
Yeah.
it a D4 and a D6?
It's a D4 and a D6.
Magic D4, Magic D6. Sound
It's a magic D4 and a pair of magic D6.
good? Anyway,
And it makes you have the urge to buy the clickety clacks.
Dice Goblin
I-
curse.
I have an urge to collect more dice.
Yep.
So Jesse's.
And
just became-
finally, Chat found out about her magic item, a beautiful painting of her own self.
And that I learned is hella cursed.
That that Chat stared into, deep into the night, falling in
Like a
love with her
fool.
own visage. Other than that, Rathu and Chat went and got some incense and a pearl.
Inset.
I got a pearl.
And I
Incense?
described incense so much that Rathu's player decided to buy incense.
Did I?
Yes.
It's not in my inventory, but okay, I'll put it in there.
Oh, no, not in the game. You
Oh.
decided to buy incense in real life.
No, I was.
It
No, yeah.
it did push it pushed you over. You were already thinking about it, but it made you think about it again. Anyway,
Yeah, I did think about how backflow incense is expensive. So I just got regular cones.
anyway. We return as several of our adventurers wake up in the beautiful morning in sweet the Mila City.
I thought it was Milo.
It was Milo.
Nilo, whatever. Apple.
Yeah, potato.
No.
Black
Back.
is going to wake up and immediately start shaking Rathu.
Ah!
Rathu,
What?
we need to go into the sewers. We need to go back.
We need to go back back to the past.
There are so
Wait a
many
little.
more.
Samurai flags.
We need to.
Gotta
We
go
need to
back,
cash the check the doc gave us.
back to the past.
We need to get the
Samurai
vampire
flags.
corpses before they spoil. The
Can
kobolds.
they?
We need their ashes.
Okay.
Black
Try not to get addicted to that, by the way.
says no such things. Flax has not a addictive personality.
If you say so.
Yes. So I tossed some bacon to I cook up some bacon and toss it to Bucket as I start my morning.
Ah, yes, the traditional meal of eggs and bacon, where the bacon immediately gets fed to a gelatinous cube.
I'm not feeding all the bacon. Only like a couple slices while I eat the mountain.
Why'd you cook it?
Delicious.
Not cooked bacon.
The cube jiggles. You can't tell what that means, but you think it means it's happy.
I really need to get like Speak to Monstrosity or something. Is that a spell?
That is not
I
a
don't
spell
think
that
it's
is
not.
in the actual game. However, if you want to research Speak to Monstrosity, that is completely possible. Well, actually, Speak to
It's
Slime.
considered. Yeah.
You could do Speak to Slime. It would have to be a specifically to slime spell. You could do that if you wanted to, but you would have to research it.
Wait, Speak with Monsters is a. Is this a legitimate spell or is it a homebrew?
Probably homebrew. Anyway,
Not in any of the homebrew categories.
Rathy, what do you do for your morning while Flax is
It's
making
the second
Bucket
edition
jiggle?
spell.
I would like to tell Flax that we need to cash the check before we go delving for corpses.
Fine. Yeah, Speak with Monsters was a second edition spell. That's what it was. Very well.
Now we just need to find this bank, and after getting his shirt on, Rathy's going to fish the folded up check out of his pocket to see the name of the bank.
Can we not check it at any bank?
I mean, maybe, but this one's probably the closest bank.
Perhaps.
Plot twist is on the side outside of the city.
Ours
Is our
probably. Ours probably standing weirdly outside the building.
Why would R be there?
Why wouldn't he?
We haven't done business with him in a long time.
So, he was out
Well-
there the other day.
Was he?
Yeah,
Flax doesn't. Flax has no memory of this.
you didn't go to the store with me. You were making
Oh,
drugs.
right. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, well, I'm gonna pocket the shit, what did I call them? Let me check my inventory. Equipment. I called them Relentless Ash. I'm gonna put the Relentless Ash back in my or I'm gonna put it into my bag. Ooh.
Cool.
Nice.
Aza's just gonna wake up and stretch, cracking bones when they need where they need to.
How many doses do I have?
She just wakes up and goes. And no, that wasn't a soundboard.
Alright.
It is recording, right?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna use one of the doses of the relentless ash, just so that we can
Okay.
see if there's any long-term effects. So I'm just
Already
gonna.
used it.
Well, no, I had multiple. I refined it into a powder so I could have multiple doses.
I know,
Yes.
but you used
Yes.
it. Whatever.
I used one of the doses. I still have 4 more.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna use 1 dose. Just quickly get a line and snort it.
Do you remember what it does?
The only thing that I was told was, or the only thing we found out so far was that it gives me relentless endurance. It lets me pop back up to 1 HP upon hitting 0.
I thought it put you back to like half your health.
But no, it was 1 HP.
Eh?
We would
Yeah.
have to look back at the old thing for that.
We'd have to look at the
I wrote it
recording, but
down
we'll
as
figure it
soon
out.
as you said, like, I wrote it down and added it as an item, like, as soon as you said it.
Anyway,
Yeah, so I'm just doing this to see if there's any long-term effects, since using the known effect caused it to get out of my system immediately. We didn't get to do any long-term effects or any extended. I don't know. I don't know how long.
Again?
Huh?
What are the effects of this again?
When I hit 0 HP, I pop back up with 1. It basically gives me relentless endurance, which is the.
How did you test that?
I snorted it and had Rathu stab me.
no, you had me shoot you with a gun.
Right, shoot me.
I
I had
thought-
you stab me at first.
Honestly, I thought what would have
No,
happened is that
I punched
you
you.
would have snorted
my-
and then just jumped out the window.
It's funny you
that
say
is-
that. That's what Chalkby said.
That is what Chalky thought would happen.
Lizard folks prioritize survival.
Yeah, so about that, as soon as you take another line of the drug, your head is suddenly flushed once again with a near suicidal urge for danger, a want to, well, do things. You become obsessed.
Invincible.
You feel invincible. Yeah, that's the phrase I was looking for.
Okay.
You feel
Ah,
completely
Black
invincible
is
and
ready.
you become
Let's go.
obsessed with continuing to do things.
Yes, Blax is ready. Let's go.
It's magical angel dust. Anyway,
Oh, PC. Oh, yeah. Angel Dust is PCP.
Angel dust is cocaine.
no.
No, it's PCP.
I
No,
thought it
you're
was
thinking,
Venom.
you're thinking of nose candy.
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Yeah, no. I learned that Angel Dust was PCP from Hasbin Hotel.
Nerd.
Anyway.
I'm so
Um,
confused on my sexuality because of that show.
Anyway.
Just face it, chest fluff good. Anyway,
None of this is getting cut out. You realize that, right?
No.
Mhm.
Let's continue.
Anyway, the lift is high, and we're heading outside the
Yes.
building.
Just knock on Az's door.
As it just swings it open, like half asleep, holding her
We're going to the
empty
city.
mug.
To the city.
Does Asa even take her armor off?
I normally she
Is
would.
Asa awake enough to have remembered to put on a shirt?
Well, hang on.
Imagining like a bathrobe and slippers.
Let me finish. Normally, yes, she would, but after getting home last night, she was just like,
That wasn't last night. That was yesterday morning.
You slept the entire day.
You slept more than 24 hours.
yeah. She was like, what are y'all doing?
We're going into town.
What's wrong with her?
Oh, don't worry, she's just high.
What else now?
Flax is fine. Flax is excited to go to the city.
All right.
We should pick up our friend.
Yeah. Well, where's chat?
Yes.
Where am I?
She's at her dorm.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, well, heading to the train, I guess.
All right. Flax does not wait for traffic. Does not look both ways, rather.
Well, thankfully, you
crossing the
fuckers
street.
are not in a busy area. This isn't one of those neighborhoods they knocked down to build a highway. This is one of those neighborhoods that nobody wanted to drive through enough to care.
Everyone locks their door. Well, if you're driving around with your door unlocked, then you have other problems.
I don't know if you
People
even
drive
can
with their doors
unlock.
unlocked?
I don't even know
Yeah.
if you can drive with your door unlocked.
You can.
I know several cars that lock the doors when you start the engine.
Yeah, my Impala does that. Or, well, my
Mine-
Impala did that.
Mine kind of does that, but what
Oh,
happens
go
is
this
after like
way.
a few seconds of driving, like 2 seconds,
Yeah.
doesn't matter the speed.
Anyway,
My brother's old car, when he pushed down the pedal, they locked. Or was that my mom's car? I can't remember. Anyway, we go for the subway.
as you enter the subway, you are once again hit with the clamor of people. As many folks wander around.
Or any of them are.
R does not appear to be here at the moment. However, you do recognize one person that you have seen before.
Is it the Drifter?
No. It is an old beggar. Eyes bound in a dirty cloth. He is a rat, and he is sitting at the side of the hall.
Is it the
That guy.
Charlatan?
No, it is not the Charlotte.
No, it's that one guy with the Rat Clan and Subway.
Is this the same beggar from before?
Would you give psalms to an old man?
I'm sorry. What?
Would you care
Oh.
to help an old man?
Toss in 90 gold.
I'll give him 900 silver.
I'll give him a couple plat.
To it. Holy moly!
It's just, what, like 9 plat, so we all give the same amount?
Yeah, okay, I'll give him 7 more.
Why? Okay.
In my defense,
Oh,
Flax is not thinking clearly.
In Flax's defense, she's high. In my
Yeah.
defense, this is fellow Ratman. I must help.
It has his defense. It's a good thing.
The rat just grins and then places his hand on Rathu's shoulder and leans forward, bringing Rathu's head down to meet him, and just whispers in his ear, Don't take the first train, brother." Did you hear
Duly
that?
noted. Yeah, I heard it.
Okay.
Duly noted.
Thank you so much, children of the gods. And he just places the coins down into the hat at his feet.
Nice. We're gonna wait at the stop for the next train.
The first train you see, many people get on, and it moves forward and it trundles down the tracks. And you wait.
Trundle.
You trundle.
Trundle.
What would happen if I cast hold person on someone in a moving train?
Nothing. It doesn't
paralyzed.
hold them. It doesn't
It
put
is
them in a
relative.
stasis. They're just paralyzed.
It's
Okay.
relative. It's relative to the area you're in, because otherwise that would just destroy the planet. I mean, theoretically,
Yeah.
a immovable
yeah,
rod
no.
should destroy the planet.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Uh,
it's the movable rod of Wing.
I'm pretty sure hold person won't hold someone in the air. I'm pretty sure it just makes them stay in where they are.
yeah, it does, technically.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Rafu stops you from going onto the first train, where most of the people are going. And you do, and you go on the next train, and it
Right.
goes forward.
Nice.
It goes
What if I-
across town, and you just faintly hear a weird sound a few stops later from the distance.
What was that noise? Can I,
It's just it's kind
are
of a
these-
screeching sound.
are these trains the kinds that the windows open?
They open about 3 inches.
Okay, so I can't stick my head out
No,
and
no,
see
you
what's up.
cannot. Trust me, I've tried.
You can, but you
Um,
can't get it back in.
Maybe with the little squeezing wrath you might be able to, but he's not going to.
Rats can fit their bodies through wherever their heads can fit.
Honestly, Jack
Exactly.
could probably also fit in through it.
3 inches?
You ever see how flat a cat can go? I've seen cats crawl under my the door, the gap in the between the door and the floor.
And that's like an inch,
Yeah,
if even.
yeah.
Yeah, but like that's not a human-sized cat. Or, well, close to human size like these ones are.
That's a
Anyway.
liquid.
So return to game. That's about all you hear. You just hear a screeching sound in the distance. That kind of thing, you know what I mean?
That was probably the first train.
Ah, we missed all the action.
What happened?
And you just trundle along. Trundle.
Trundle, trundle.
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 God damn
At least I have a trundle bed.
Anyway, you manage to make it to University Stop fairly easily. And so you just hop out and get out into the open air by the river. And there above you stands the massive 70-something story gravity-defying building of the university.
I can't believe we just gave a beggar enough money to buy, like...
A building.
I was gonna say more like, 20-something bottles of potions of healing.
I don't think potions of
Way
healing
more
are gonna
than
be
that.
their priority.
Bombs?
That is way more than that. Anyway,
Lambo rope bombs.
So
it is
get-
way more than 20-something bottles of healing.
Well, we gave about
You gave about
Uh,
30 platinum.
No, we gave 27. We essentially gave 2,700 gold, which is enough for 5 potions of healing.
No,
and-
we gave him 270, not 2,700.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
Anyway, you are at university. How do you proceed?
We gotta find chat.
We go to the weirdly identical security man.
It's just like a chubby cat guy, and it's always the same chubby cat guy. Like they're reusing the asset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, stop right there. No, hello. Hello. How's it going?
Hi, we're here to see Chat.
Who?
Chat is your
Uh,
Tabaxi, about this tall, and Rathu has his hand about a foot above his head.
Teacher. Teacher or student?
Student.
Where would you like to go?
Probably the
Wherever
dorm.
she is.
I don't know where she is. You realize how big this place is, right?
Matthew, weren't you here just yesterday?
I was, but the layout's confusing.
Yeah, no shit, it's confusing. It literally breaks the laws of physics.
It's wizards. It's confusing.
Look, which dorm?
I don't remember exactly which dorm.
There are 23 of them.
You're trying to make me... Chuckfy, you're trying to make me remember something from like 3 weeks ago.
I'm trying to remember make you remember something that I don't think I ever said.
Fox just picks a direction and starts walking.
Hey, stop right there. You have broken the law.
Hold person on the guard. Let me see if I do wild magic or not. Oh, that was so close.
That's a will roll, right?
Let's see. That is.
Rathu,
Yes, it's a wisdom saving throw.
20.
Yeah, that
No.
saves.
Sorry, 18.
That saves.
Rathu facepalm.
Yeah. Stop right there, criminal scum!
Flax is
You
no
have broken the
criminal.
law.
Flax has
What's-
done no such thing.
Calm down,
Stop
she
right
ain't a
here
criminal.
and pay the fine.
Calm down, she ain't a criminal. That's the moron.
Did I
You
ever buy
stole
that
it.
slingshot?
Your stolen goods are
I did.
forfeit.
I do. You want the fine paid? Very well. I load a piece of gold into my sling and I'm gonna fire it at the guy. I forgot I did actually buy the slingshot. 14? 14 to smack him with the piece of gold?
He catches it.
No, he does catch it, actually. He catches it from the air. I
That's just
rolled
the
against
fine.
your attack.
Well, I mean, it'd be against the AC.
No, but he made a maneuver.
Okay, he's a monk, I see.
He's not a monk, he's
Fighter.
special.
He's got that thing that monks can do where they can grab a projectile out of the air.
Battery
just
has the
rolled-
gloves of missile attraction.
Anyway, it's not
Maybe.
important. He just, he starts panting after, 20 feet and just, stop.
Yeah,
Please.
Flex is. Oh, I should probably mark that gold off. Flex is gonna keep going. We're gonna find it eventually.
I've been there before. I can find it.
Stop, just get
And
your-
lead the way.
Stop it. No, just get your,
Don't worry, she won't cause trouble.
He just falls over, holding up a slip of paper.
I look at the slip.
It's a visitor pass. He's just trying to give you a visitor pass.
I'll take it.
Thank you.
This is kind of pathetic. Give him a boost.
I pick him up.
Yeah, do the handy thingy they do when people are hurt.
That
He ain't hurt. He's just
That's-
tired.
sounds kinky.
We can assure you it's not.
He looks like he's having an asthma attack.
Are y'all having an asthma attack?
No, I'm just fat. Just go away. He just climbs
What?
back to his place.
What species is he?
He's
He seems to be a.
Huh?
He's some form of cat. It appears to be a cheetah.
Oh, Wowzer. That's what I was saying. I just didn't want to Like that's what I was imagining. I was just hoping it would.
He's essentially the cat version of the guy from Animaniacs. The security guard from Animaniacs who's completely ineffective.
Ralph.
Yeah, he's essentially the cat version of that.
Whose guys is
Just go up, you damn
We're going. We're
assholes.
going. We're going.
You start walking around the building. It's hard. Every set of stairs feels like 3. And you slowly make your way up above the city skyline.
what dorm was it again?
You pass
think
dorm
23.
1. You pass dorm 2.
I mean, worst case scenario, we just stop at every single door, knock on the door, and ask if chat's there.
You pass by a section which appears to be filled with sorority houses.
Don't do it, Blacks.
What would Flax do?
I don't know, but you're high, and you're basically unpredictable.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of getting my bases clear.
Okay. Flax still doesn't understand what as the things Flax would do.
Roll percentile.
Yeah, okay. That is a 4. It's not the worst I could have done, but I
No,
could
it's
have
about
done
3
better.
away.
Alright. I didn't mean to do this, but okay. You find yourself in the middle of an area where you're not entirely sure where the stairs are anymore. You're in a large field. There are metallic structures sticking out of the ground in several places in the field. The grass has grown to about 3 inches and no longer. And you smell the pungent smell of chemical-treated water not far away.
Alright, now we're lost.
We're a little lost.
Are we though?
Yes.
Yeah.
How can one be so sure?
It's kind of obvious.
Oh. Hold on one moment.
I guess I just look around.
I'm sorry, I need to check my notes. This is unprecedented. No, that's not right. Fuck.
Hey, Chalkfee,
Yes.
weren't we talking about Mistborn the other day?
Yeah.
There's a Fortnite crossover happening soon.
Ignore it.
Of course
There's a Fortnite Mistborn crossover. Kel's here from Mistborn joins Fortnite.
Stop. You aren't getting a Fortnite, $19 Fortnite gift card.
Let me just, god damn it, I just need to find the correct thing, and then need to go to here, and that's gonna be one of these, and then down here. I'm sorry about this. My thing didn't work properly. So it's taking me a
Nah, it's
little
fine.
to grab the thing. I didn't realize you guys would end up doing this ever. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, you didn't expect the party to do stuff, you know. That's just a part of the D&D lifestyle,
I
man.
didn't expect you to rely on luck and then go so poorly on your lucks. Okay.
Well, if the security guard wasn't so dang Fate.
Where's this down?
Turns out nothing broke. I was just plugging everything into the wrong thing.
Okay. This may cause problems for you, but we'll see. Alright. So, you see several groups of people standing around the area. And they all seem to be doing something and casting spells against each other.
Smithers.
What did you say?
I'm gonna. I don't even know who said it.
I think Silver said it. Silver.
And the guy.
Oh.
So anyway,
Az is gonna walk over to all of them.
Silver left and then Rhythm stopped playing.
Wow.
no, I changed the music.
Oh. Okay,
Now?
Silver's back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, hello.
Alright, sorry, my computer crashed, but I got both monitors working now. Turns out I was plugging them into the wrong thing.
You dummy.
Yeah.
You big nerd.
So, as I was saying, it's a wizard's duel.
Oh, what?
A wizard.
Yeah. You said there were two people. There were people standing and casting spells at each other.
There are many people casting spells at each other around the large field in which you can smell chemically treated water and fresh cut grass.
You're gonna start walking
Okay.
over all the students.
So it's their version of football, probably. Is it AstroTurf? Is the field AstroTurf?
The field below
Uh-oh.
you is it's grass.
When was AstroTurf invented?
AstroTurf was invented in like the 30s.
No, AstroTurf, the company, was founded in 1964.
Really?
Yeah.
Look, it's grass. It doesn't matter.
It was originally sold under the name Chemgrass.
You hear a large and loud explosive sound coming from somewhere, but you can't tell precisely where.
Sounds like an explosion.
We should find someone and ask for directions.
You hear
That's what I'm.
Oh.
a
That's what I'm
sound.
doing.
A scratching sound. A very loud, very numerous scratching sound.
Where's it coming from?
And where's it
It's
going?
coming from the north, and it is coming
I'm
straight towards you.
heading towards the north then.
As you walk forward, you see many entirely featherless birds come charging towards you, all of them seeming to be red.
A man!
What's it, birds?
See it?
Oh,
Flax
wow.
was-
AstroTurf looks
Flax read
weird.
some philosophy involving some mythological figures that were described as featherless bipeds when Flax grew up.
Do they look sentient, or are they just a bunch of birds?
They're just a bunch of birds.
I'm going to use my daunting roar.
Flax thinks that we
Go
should
ahead.
probably not.
It's a saving throw. Wisdom DC 12.
Alright, I'm gonna have to roll a bunch of times for this.
We can just roll once for swarm.
It's not a swarm.
Black. How big are they?
What did you say the DC was?
Well,
12?
That's
Yep.
really low.
That really is low. What's your
based on,
charisma score?
13.
Get
Jesus
higher
Christ.
charisma.
I know.
Yeah. You're a charisma-based character.
But I've mostly been doing physical damage.
Yeah, but your spells are My charisma is 18.
What happens
You're
when
a
you
sorcerer.
What happens when you match?
I think it goes to.
If
I
you
need to
match, then
pull
it
some-
fails.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
if it matches, then it fails because you have to roll above.
More than half of the swarm goes charging in the opposite direction. However,
Right, good.
5 of them continue to run towards you, now seeing red.
They're seeing themselves?
It is.
Oh my god, I'm getting called again.
How big are they? Just like the rest, mine or size of regular birds?
I'll be right back.
I don't know. They're about the size of a chicken, I guess. They don't fucking say.
Can we tell what these things are at all?
Well, they're red birds, featherless, bipedal.
Can I honestly want to just like punt one.
Roll initiative.
Uh,
14.
Black thinks that we should not be promoting
They were already heading towards us.
them. Or maybe they were headed to what's behind us.
What's behind us?
Okay, I'm
What's
back.
Behind us? Is there anything behind us?
No!
Well,
No, there's stuff, but you don't know.
I look behind me.
You see grass.
These things are trying to attack us.
Yeah.
Well, they certainly are now.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna start walking away.
Alright.
Yeah. If Azza's gonna fight them and make a fool of herself, then Flax wants no part of it. She's gonna enjoy the show, though. I'm gonna sit on the sideline and eat some rations.
Alright, well, the 5 birds are running towards Azza.
Whose turn it'll be?
What did you roll?
14.
And Rathy, are you gonna join Azza?
I'm gonna be off to the side, but I will have an Eldritch Cannon at the ready.
I rolled
And roll
a
initiative.
I rolled a 17 just in case I need to do, just in case I want to get participated.
Look, I just got back from helping my mom. What was Az's initiative again?
14.
Okay.
Okay. The chickens go first. The first one tries to attack Asa. The bird tries to attack Asa. Does a 15 hit?
Nope.
Does a 12 hit?
Nope.
Does a 10 hit?
No.
You know what? Also no.
God, I wish I was a bard. That way I could inspire the chicken.
One of the birds falls on its ass. It rolled a nat 1.
What do I have anything to help?
Does a 10 hit? Anyway.
No.
Yeah, so the birds are trying to peck at your armor, but they can't get through the chainmail.
Pulling out a shield, is that an action or Oh wait,
It's a
hang on.
bonus action.
Doing what?
I forgot that there were other people before me.
But I'm
Well,
eating
they're not
my
playing.
rations.
They're
Yeah,
not
I
doing
mean,
anything.
I'm sitting on the sidelines eating my rations of like popcorn.
Well, I'm gonna pull out my shield and then start using unarmed strikes.
Hey, I go before you.
But
Are you gonna
Are
fight
we- are you-
the bird?
I'm waiting for until Azaz starts looking hurt.
Okay, well, I'm playing-
Nothing has happened.
alright, then I'm going to start kicking birds.
Okay.
Does the 12 hit?
No.
Yeah.
Hey!
Oh, varmint!
It dodges out of your way.
That's my turn.
Okay. Top of the tournament order again. Sorry. What's your AC?
With the shield, it's now 18.
Alright. One of the birds pecks at you and manages to get into your flesh.
Ow, ow, ow! How much?
6 damage.
Oh. Ow!
Bravo!
2 of the other birds fall on their ass. One of them was the one that fell on its ass the first time. It had climbed up and then fell on its ass again, trying to hit you with the tech. No other birds hit.
Alright. Black's casts Mage Hand and says, Brathy, watch this! And I use Mage Hand to do shadow puppets.
Alright.
Oh.
It is now Refuge's turn.
I admire the shadow puppets.
It is now Az's turn.
Strike.
Go ahead.
That's a 10, dang it.
That fails. Alright.
We really need to get Sending. Sending is such a useful spell. Rathy, if we saw Chat's window, would you be able to point to it?
One bird manages to hit.
Maybe if I saw the covered painting in the window.
How much?
5. 5 damage.
Okay.
Is that the only one that hit, or did others hit as well?
None of the others hit.
Alright, this time I am
But
actually
they
going
have
to do
not
something.
fallen down this time. None of them have
Alright.
comically fallen on their ass.
Okay, I'm going to load one of my ball bearings into my slingshot and aim for the one that fell on its ass twice.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a 21.
That hits.
Minimum damage 3.
One second.
Rapu?
Dax was hoping it would fall on its ass again.
I'll fire at one of them.
1 second. I just need to make a list of the their healths.
All right.
How much damage do you say?
I haven't rolled yet.
Not you.
Oh, me?
Yes.
3.
Thank you.
We didn't specify.
You're the only one who has dealt damage.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Okay. You hit the chicken. It now looks not bad per se, but not great.
Okay. Now that it is my turn, I shall roll to shoot a force bullet.
Are you picking a target or just generally at any chicken?
Just at the chickens in general.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
Yep.
That's 11.
11 damage.
11 damage.
You hit a chicken, it immediately dies.
Matthew, how could you?
It was the healthiest and biggest looking of the chickens. The head cock, if you will.
That is just not cool, Matthew.
The cockhead.
It is
Can
now
I not say
dead.
that?
Azza, it is your turn.
Punching again.
Go ahead.
19. That does
That
4
hits.
damage.
4 damage?
Yeah,
What?
I'm doing like non-lethal unarmed strikes.
Non-lethal?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Who are you hitting?
Closest chicken.
Okay. Next. That's me. One chicken hits you. For 6 damage.
Ow!
Strong chickens.
Why are these chickens hitting so hard?
One chicken hits you. For 6 damage.
Alright, that's enough of a nice Azza.
This chicken does not hit you. And this chicken does not hit you. They're all still focusing on you, Azza. I don't know why. You don't know why.
Because we walked away, probably.
Yeah, but you've now dealt more damage than Azza has done.
If it's my turn, I'm gonna firebolt.
It is your turn.
I'm gonna cast firebolt on one of the ones that's not damaged.
Okay.
For nat 20.
Go ahead.
All right. So it's gonna be 2, 10. No. Oh wait, yeah. Oh, by the way, automatically doubles the D10 when I do a crit.
Yeah. That's what's good
Awesome.
about the app. I mean, that's what's good about D&D Beyond. It's helpful.
That's awesome. That's gonna be 10 points of fire damage.
All right. The chicken, he's now dead.
Is it fried?
You do actually smell a kind of delicate fried chickeny taste from it.
All right, I'm gonna start walking towards it. I'm gonna eat it my next turn.
Okay. What's your AC, by the way?
Mine?
Yeah.
Mine is 15.
Okay.
I got that natural
Matthew's
armor.
turn.
I shoot again.
Okay. Are you gonna pick a target?
16. I,
16
I'll
hits.
shoot. I'll just shoot at a random one again.
Okay.
I don't remember how many there are.
There are 3 left. 2 have been hit and killed in 1 hit.
9 damage.
Another chicken is now dead. As it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going
doesn't
to
understand how Azza is having such a difficult time with them.
attack again. Attack again.
I mean, I could.
That's a 19.
I could use an
19
action to hit them, but I didn't bring my crossbow.
19 hits.
And that's gonna be 4 damage from claws. She like opens her hand and then each finger just like in a cartoon just shing 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 shing. And she's
Alright.
just starting to claw at these
You
chickens.
hit a chicken. It is now bloodied and very angry. It is now top of the turn. It is now chicken turn. The chicken pecks at Azza. Hits.
Ow!
Dealing 4 damage. The chicken, now angry, manages to do its second attack. And slashes at Azza with its claws. Dealing... Sorry, that was
Bitch.
the wrong... dealing 1d... 8 damage. The chickens have continually done max damage against Azza.
I've noticed. I'm at 9.
The other chicken attempts to attack Flax, trying to peck, and then falls on its ass.
Right? And that's the last chicken?
There are 2
Alright.
chickens. Yeah.
Alright. Well, I mean, that's the last chicken of that turn.
Time of your turn.
Alright, I did have my eyes on the one that I burnt to a crisp, but now I'm looking at the one that tried to peck me. I am going to try and grab it by the throat and bite into it.
Okay.
Using my bite. Oh, that's not good. That's a 2. Plus 3 is 5.
That does not hit.
Yeah, I figured.
You get some dirt in your mouth instead.
Yeah, it swallowed anyways.
Matthew?
I will. There's 2 left still.
Yes.
Okay. I shoot again. I hit again. It's
Yeah.
dead.
How much damage?
17. It's dead twice over, probably.
The
No,
chicken you hit, which is the one that was attempting to peck... no, the one that was dealing so much damage to Azza, is now
Damn little
vaporized.
dinosaurs.
It immediately vaporizes. Now there is only the
I
one
was
chicken.
going to eat that.
Well, considering its force damage, it's less vaporized and more pulverized into a mist.
It is essentially the same thing.
There's a difference.
there was a
If
chicken
you
there, but
hit
it
something
got
hard
me.
enough with a baseball bat, it turns to mist.
Yeah.
Birds and baseballs.
I mean, there was that one guy
As
that
it is
hit
now
a
your
bird.
turn, the only
Randy
chicken
Johnson.
left is the one that has fallen on its ass in front of Flex.
I will attack it.
Okay? Remember, you get advantage.
Because it's flanked?
Nah, dirty
Because
20.
it's prone.
Oh, right, that too.
6 damage.
Yeah, no, it's dead. It was on 2 health.
Yeah, I just
Damn it, I
grabbed.
should
I
have
just,
gotten
I just grabbed the head. Just
You flax that, and I want to snatch it out of her hand.
as it just
Roll
gives it to
sleight
her.
of hand.
As
Okay.
it's just giving it to her.
Okay, I'm just gonna bite into it while the leg is still twitching.
God damn little dinosaur bastards.
Excuse you, Flax takes offense to that.
Not you.
No.
Alright, I gotta be me. Who's here?
Ba, 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 da, ba. You have now defeated all of the chickens.
Why
Hey,
were there chickens?
Do you really care? It's breakfast. And I point to the one that's burnt.
it does smell like fried chicken.
It do be tasty good.
It dooby doo.
It dooby 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 doo.
Dooba 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 dooba.
Wah wah.
Now I'm waiting for Asa to get back.
Alright.
Okay.
In the meantime, let's just head to chat.
Hey, chat.
Chat, you there?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Thankfully, you guys were in the middle of like doing all this while I was like conveniently cooking. So yeah, I'm here. What's up?
What are you cooking?
Oh, rice and beans with some chicken drumsticks. Ha ha!
Nice.
Irony because of what you guys just did.
White rice or red rice?
White rice.
Not as fun.
I was
Yeah.
red
Red
rice
rice
with a little
good.
bit of cumin in it.
Red rice good.
Oh no, I just realized something. Because I
What?
have an actual desk now, I can lose my stylus so easily now.
What about yellow
Ah,
rice?
joy.
What about yellow rice?
I've never had yellow rice, but I assume that includes curry powder.
Includes some
Oh.
of the ingredients from curry powder.
So yeah. Alright, now getting back to this, so you guys are about to enter my room, right?
No.
We were
No.
looking for your room.
They got
We-
lost.
and then
I
Abba-
want you to roll a D100, please.
Yeah, we need to see
Alright.
if you can see us from your dorm, probably.
Alright.
Oh man, this is great though because now I can actually stream on Saturday and I won't have any interruption on my schedules. My precious.
I got a
schedules.
6.
God, you get just as lost as we have. Welcome to the chicken fight.
She's not lost. Instead, chat has decided to go to the library and has gotten extremely distracted in one of the forbidden sections.
Very sweet, exquisite.
She has been distracted reading a particularly
Forbidden romance involving a vampire.
no, it is a demonology textbook.
Oh.
It's just a particularly graphic one.
Ah, I see. Can Flax try leading them to
But no, I
chat?
you can't do the thing until Asa gets back.
Okay.
There's a whole encounter thingy. Do you think you would like a card video game better if it was in VR and you could feel the cards?
Huh?
Biddy,
Oh, maybe.
What?
do you think you'd like a card video game better if it was in VR and you could feel all the cards?
I mean, that
Oh,
seems
yeah,
like it'd be
definitely.
augmented reality at that point. Like,
Well, no, that's I mean true VR.
Immersive VR where you can use your hands and
on.
you feel shit.
I mean,
You know
full
what
dive.
Okay. We can continue and just have Asa join us whenever they get back.
But there's like a whole thing.
What did Asa go to do?
Get food.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
that's
can
gonna
wait.
take.
All right, you
Zach?
two can vote.
Yeah, I can totally relate to Asa right now, but I
You
wish
two
her
can
to
vote
be.
on whether you want to continue without her. It's just not going to make much sense.
I want to see what's on that painting. Okay, I want to look at that painting. Flax is interested in the painting ever since Rathu mentioned it.
What a miss.
Nothing.
Hey,
Asa!
Asa's back. Okay,
Asa,
cool.
perfect.
The
We were
only
just
thing you
about to
missed
vote
was,
on if we should continue without you.
The only thing you missed was an interlude with Chat, who, with her abysmal luck, it has gotten tangled up in a particularly gripping volume of demonology.
And that's where the chickens came from?
No. Now, back to the game. Back
We
to
were
you guys.
We were just about to vote on whether we should continue without you. What do you vote?
With?
A bunch of robed wizards. They all look like young adults, teenager types, come running over the hill and over at you guys. Some look somewhat distressed, and some look a little bit annoyed. There's about 6 of them.
Yeah.
Hey! What are you doing out here? You know it's dangerous.
We're
I
lost.
I hissed at them with the blood of the chicken that I've been eating on my face.
Yeah. Sorry, we're visitors. We got super lost.
Hey, you killed our chickens!
They attacked us.
You did it! And I point to Asa.
That was our practice! Now we're
I
not gonna
pull
get a
up my-
good grade.
I pull up my chainmail and show the chunks of my flesh that are missing. Hey, y'all chickens did this.
Good. That's what they're meant to do.
Perhaps you shouldn't let the chickens out next time.
Well, where else are
I
you
can-
supposed to summon them?
Or keep them corralled.
I look at them.
In a coop.
I look at the
You can't
robed
summon a demon
figures.
chicken in a coop.
The
Demon
demon chickens are
chickens.
delicious, and Flax is keeping this.
Fine, fine. Just whatever.
I look at them. Did
What?
you remember to cast mage armor?
Shut up.
I don't even have mage armor.
You're eating my familiar.
Your familiar
Yeah,
is
summon him.
tasty. Make
Y'all
another.
can summon them again.
Whatever. He just like walks
All right.
forward and then grabs one of the chickens off the ground and rips its head off, and then just draws another summoning circle with its blood.
Oh,
It's not
good
how it
idea.
works as well.
I rip this one's head off and start drinking the blood. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Anyway, before you start summoning a whole lot more, could you tell us how to get out of here? We're looking for, you might know them. You might know them. We're looking for Chat Azure.
They're
Oh.
blue cats. Yay,
Yeah, no, I
small,
don't.
And do not know mage armor.
Oh, vaguely, nerdy chick, right?
Yeah,
No, I
young.
believe she is a cat, not a chicken. This is a chicken.
I think
That's
she's that way.
dealt with a bunch of vampires.
Inside check.
Huh?
Insight check. 19. I'm insight checking to see if they're actually giving legit directions. I got 19.
The wizard seems to be telling the truth.
To the best of their
That way.
knowledge.
I don't know. Last I heard, she always just goes into that fucking library of ours.
Language.
Well, what am I supposed to do about it? I don't give a shit.
Language.
Fair. Okay, sorry about your
Look,
practice.
Look. If you want to get off of the battlefields, as you clearly are not meant to be here, you gotta go over that way, across, down, through, and then under. Got it?
Yes.
Under?
Yes.
And he just like points and then does a bunch of hand movements. in one direction. Look.
I use Mage Hand to mess with his hand movements.
Hey, stop that!
Sorry about her. She's still loopy from waking up. We'll be going. Goodbye.
He, his eyes begin to glow, and he just lights his hand on fire. Fuck you! And then just flips you off and then walks away.
I cast Firebolt into the air and say, language.
He casts Firebolt back. Fuck you!
Alright, I'm gonna cast...
Into the air or at... Very important. Into the air or at Flax?
Into a body of water that is in the direction that you are meant to go.
Alright, well, I'm casting Chaos Bolt at his feet. First, let me check to see if it goes wild.
Flax, don't antagonize the wizards.
Fuck you!
Alright, 8 to 5. It's not. Okay. So, I'm casting it at his feet. I'm hoping that I roll good. Okay, good. That's a 22 at his feet. And the damage type is going to be... What's a 6? 6 is... poison. I just cast a spray of poison at his feet.
And by at his feet, you mean like at the ground, right?
Yes. Yes.
Flax, stop wasting spell slots. You're a sorcerer. You don't have many of those.
Flax has many. What does Flax look like? A warlock? Flax does not sell her soul.
The wizard, the apprentice wizard, just looks at his feet and is just like, "You're a bitch, you know that, right?" And then just casts mending on the grass.
Alright, well, I'm gonna cast color spray on him then.
Alright, that's enough.
All right. We're stopping you. I grab her by the arms.
The wizard just flips you off and then walks away.
You're not getting your somatic components out of this.
Alright, I'm gonna expend 2 sorcerer points and cast Subtle Spell, which lets me cast it without
As
somatic
is gonna cover your mouth.
I don't need verbal. Subtle Spell lets me cast without somatic or verbal. So if the wizard has 28 or less hit points, then he is blinded.
He is blinded.
Language! And let me mark off my sorcerer point.
Okay. As I pick her up,
Picking her up.
I'd like to imagine Flax is now being held underarm sideways.
Yeah, Subtle Spell. When you cast a spell, you can spend 1 sorcery point to cast it without any somatic or verbal components. I love meta magic. And this is the... Well, being able to cast Wind Restrained is exactly why I got it. Oh, shit. Also, I'm going to cast a sorcery point to double its duration.
He just starts firing firebolts into the air.
Alright.
We're going.
Alright, so that means... Hold on. He is going to be blinded for... Oh, no, I'm not going to... Okay, he's going to be blinded for 12 seconds. Damn it, I thought that was the one where it would be like a minute. Oh, well.
I honestly thought it was going to be one of the ones where he would be blinded for, like, a day.
Well, it's a level 1 spell.
Yeah, but even so, some of those are pretty fucked up. Anyway.
Yeah.
He used his 2 spell slots, so...
Yeah. What?
We need to...
asshole.
Yeah, maybe, but don't antagonize the wizards. You're gonna get us in trouble.
You're a bitch. Anyway, you guys go over the hill, and you go through the little valley and dip. There are weird metal things sticking out of the ground, but you decide to ignore them. There are tiny holes in which you see slightly furry butts, but you ignore them. You climb on top of a water feature, and then you jump from lily pad to lily pad, and then at the center of the water feature there is a hole, and you jump into the hole in the middle of it all.
What kind of battleground is this?
Was that
Really a training ground for learning arcane arts.
was that portals to the toilets?
What?
I saw butts.
I doubt it. Oh,
No, it was just they were rabbit
You want to-
holes. You
Put
pervert.
something into it?
They were just rabbit holes. You pervert.
rabbit holes or rabbit holes?
Ooh,
This is not that kind of this is not that kind of podcast.
You set me up for that.
I think my allergies are kicking my ass.
Anyway, y'all motherfuckers finally make it into the library, sopping wet.
All right. Cats.
You are, chat. You now see them. You but no, you don't see them. You guys now see chat, who is engrossed in reading a book, under a huge sign, labeled "Forbidden" section. That is above.
What's the biggest book in the what's the biggest book in the library?
You cannot know.
Okay, what's the biggest book I can see?
Roll perception.
Alright, please be good. Oh, that's definitely not good. That's an @1.
The biggest book that you can find is a book on grammar.
How big is it?
5 inches tall, 6 inches wide, 2 inches thick.
Oh, that's not big. Ah. Alright,
I
never
tapped
mind.
Chad on the shoulder.
It is bound in chains.
Oh wait, how heavy is it actually then?
Huh? Oh, you can't lift it. Anyway,
Well, that's not the question I asked.
you can't tell.
Alright, well, I'm gonna cast Levitate on it then.
Okay.
You're
If
wasting
it's,
your spell slots.
I don't care. If it's I
To be
can
fair, I
with
am
Levitate,
the
I can do
half-master.
500 pounds.
Okay, it levitates.
Alright. I'm gonna push it towards chat about like a foot above the table chat is reading at, and I want to drop it.
The chains stop it.
Oh.
Again,
I don't-
it is chained up.
Oh, chained to the
Yeah.
table.
Yeah, I
Yes.
didn't. I thought you meant chained as in like locked up with chains, not like chained to the table.
Yeah, it's locked up with chains to the table.
Yeah,
Like those
no.
pens and
Why
knives.
would you
Yeah,
lock it
I
up
was-
with chains just like in chains? What is that gonna do? Make it slightly heavier?
Dangerous book. Dangerous
it
book.
unable to
open.
like a diary. All right,
Nice.
fine. I'll just lift
Or
it.
a forbidden tome.
Yeah, I'll just lift it as high as the chains will let it go, and then drop the levitation.
All right. It makes a sound.
Cat.
I was gonna grab chat by the ear.
Yes? Oh,
What you reading?
just some lovely reading about some fine demons, you know? Just
Why are
always-
y'all in the forbidden section?
Well, I honestly felt like with like my education, I should probably take my time and spend it like reading on all the different sorts of books, you know?
It probably means forbidden, as in you're not allowed to cast the spells. You know, like in the library.
If they didn't
the
want
big
students
forest.
reading the books, they wouldn't put them in the library.
I
Or at
wanna.
the very least, they'd put a lock on the door to the forbidden section.
Or lock on each book.
I want to use my divine sense. As an action, I can detect good and evil. Chat.
Yeah,
Loud.
it's alright.
Raphael mentioned a picture that you have.
Wait. So you use detect good and evil as it?
Divine sense.
Yeah. You use that though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything affected by house spell, location spots you'll feed undead, or anything that's
single book in the area is generating some kind of aura. Some of them sense like they are undead. Some of them sense like they are angelic. Some of them sense like they are fey. Some of them feel like they are demonic, and some of them feel like they are something that you have never understood and never will.
Detect or Divine Sense doesn't detect fey.
Doesn't it?
No.
Shit. Yeah, whatever.
I looked that up for a reason.
So some of them don't actually detect anything, because, but they do, like, specifically stuff like the grammar book doesn't seem to detect as anything.
Yeah, like what I'm doing
Um,
to the book that Chad's holding.
It is demonic.
You're leaving.
Of course it is.
Yes. We are going, chat. Wrath, you mentioned you had a cursed picture, and Flax wishes to see it.
Oh, for sure. Well, definitely come on. Like, definitely
Also, we
show
need to
you,
go to
bro.
the bank.
Do any of
And
you
the
look to
sewers
see what
afterwards.
chat was looking at?
Nobody. The only
I'll
one
roll a
who's...
perception.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
Eight.
after she
I'll roll
slammed the book.
perception as well. I got a 16.
10.
Rathia?
I rolled an 8.
Alright. Flax sees this before. Flax sees that the diagrams on the pages are a little bit explicit, and something about just the phrase concubine, and then the book gets slammed in your face by Asa.
These are not
Chat,
books. This
you are
is not
far
a
too
book
young
for
to
you,
be reading
Chad.
this material. I go and look for demon summoning for dummies.
Well,
It's not in the forbidden
honest-
section.
Alright,
mean,
well, I'm gonna keep
honestly-
looking. Flax will find you better reading material. A
See,
more
yeah.
age-appropriate reading material.
Well, I mean, honestly, I've always felt like a grown-up. Like, this would have been a good time.
That's not so... If anyone tells you that you are that you act so mature for your age, run. Because they are a creep. Do
If
not
someone
waste
If
your
someone says you're so mature for your age in a really creepy way, run as far and fast as you can.
even in a non-creepy way, because you may not realize that it's creepy until much later. It may seem non-creepy at first, until many years later when you look back on it.
Yeah.
Unless they're like 12.
Speaking of, all of you, I need you to roll perception rolls as soon as chat starts walking and guiding you back to her room.
Well, I got an 8.
I
14.
rolled a 16.
I got a 10.
Not you.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Flax rolled an 8, Azza rolled a 14, and I rolled a 16.
Alright, Rathu notices that since yesterday, Chat has, like, done something about her hair or something. Just looks slightly different. Nobody else notices anything.
Mm.
So you go to Chat's room.
Mm-hmm.
Chat lets you in. She has a single for some reason.
Probably for the best.
Probably because she's 14 and everyone else in the college is 18 to 30.
Yeah.
As
and
the entire time is giving the disappointed mom look. You know.
You
the
see
one.
that the room is decked out in, like, posters and stuff. Some of them have been taken down in the last few hours. And one poster appears to be extremely fresh and has just been placed, which seems to be a picture of, like, just a moon with a blood drop on it.
What's this?
Oh, it's just lovely decorative material I found recently,
I'm making an
It's such a
insight check.
pretty addition.
I want to look at the painting. Is the painting in the room?
It is, however, it is veiled.
All right.
I want to do an insight check against chat on what this poster
All
is.
right. And
Go
while
ahead.
they're doing that, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand to try and pull the veil.
I'm looking away.
Okay.
8.
You believe chat as a whatever bullshit she can come up with.
All right. Now, what's this about curse painting?
Oh,
Flax
yeah.
takes the paint. Flax is easily able to unveil the painting, and the two of you can now see it. It is
Yeah,
a picture of Chat as a 16-year-old, or at least seemingly a 16-year-old, in a tight red dress and flowing hair, just looking way better than she's ever looked.
We got another divine sense.
Go ahead.
What vibes am I getting off this thing?
Are you detecting celestial, fiend, or undead?
Celestial fiend or undead,
It screams.
or anything affected by a hallow spell.
It screams undead and it screams undead and fiend at the same time.
As is just reaching and grabbing it.
Don't. As a don't.
Not nearly as impressive as
Oh,
Chat
that's
made it out to be,
Alright.
Me?
As a.
or as Rathu made it out to be. Not
Who,
as
me?
impressed.
Still looking away, but like hearing big
Yes, sir.
lion hands grabbing for stuff.
18.
As a don't.
You manage to place your hands upon the painting.
What is this? Where'd you get this? And why does it look like you?
It's the painting that we gave her from the chest.
Flax has
Uh,
seen better.
Don't break it. There
I'm
will
partially
be.
holding the both of you responsible.
Don't
Flax
break
has
it.
done nothing wrong.
You have.
There will be-
By the way, you still haven't tried to remove the painting. You're just touching it.
I'm going to try to remove the painting.
Roll
Flax
strength.
is gonna try and stop her.
As a.
Do I have to roll strength as well to try and stop her?
You can.
13.
Yeah, you can roll strength to intercept.
As
Thirteen.
Oh
a
yeah,
do
no,
not.
that's not happening. I got an 8.
Do not
Uh,
destroy the painting.
as
There will be
a-
consequences.
Tries to tug the painting and then falls on her butt, not managing to grab the painting. It slips from her hands.
Alright. That's it. I'm going to be trying again. But this time, I'm going to be doing a channel divinity. What is the channel
As a-
divinity?
This is
It's,
the.
I'm telling you, there will be consequences.
Wait, nope, never mind on the channel divinity. It doesn't affect straight
I'm
strength
casting
checks.
the whole person on.
Don't
my
do
laptop
this,
call.
Arthur. Don't do this. Please.
I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
12.
Fails. You are currently what-
Paralyzed.
Yeah, you're paralyzed. Every 6 seconds, you can make a roll to try and save from it. But while you're paralyzed, Flex is gonna say, you should probably listen to Rathu. Also, this is the painting that belonged to the vampire, correct?
Yeah.
You're paralyzed. You can't talk.
Well, yeah, I'm grunting.
Chat, may I see your paws? Your hand, not the lower paws, the upper paws.
Sure.
Pause or
Alright.
pause.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull out my dagger and just cut it slightly.
Cut what?
Her paw.
Ah,
Ow.
nothing happens.
Does it get blood on my dagger?
Yes.
Alright, I want to try and smear that on the painting. Belong
As,
to a vampire, it might drink blood.
as soon as the dagger touches the painting, the blood is gone. However, if when you cut Chat, as soon as the blade was gone, there was no longer a cut.
Interesting. And
Now,
that is why we
Azza-
test things.
Now, Azza,
Oh yeah,
I would,
now you can roll to save.
yeah, I would greatly advise against either destroying the painting
Yeah,
or
that saves.
removing the curse from chat. There will
30.
be capital C consequences.
I'm got a dirty 20.
Yeah, that
Darn
saves.
it.
Okay, Azza, you can get up now. Do you want to try again?
I won't destroy the painting, but I'm getting it out of here. And yes, I'm
All
trying
right,
again.
Roll strength.
That's a natural 1.
You fall. You fall on your ass.
You fall once more, you break your tail.
Also, don't try so hardly. Seriously, it's fine. It's fine. The painting's
As a-
good.
It's a mediocre painting.
It's a cursed painting as well. It put itself on the wall.
Trying
Also,
again.
drink blood.
Go ahead.
17.
You manage to begin to pull it from the wall, and as soon as it is removed fully from the wall, you hear a ripping sound as it is pulled away. And suddenly, a surge of magic that all of you can feel in the area happens. I'm going to need you to make...
I sigh.
I'm going to need you to make a con save.
All of us? Alright.
Not
I think,
you. Not all of you.
Oh.
Just
Just
Azza.
Azza.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna say, by the way, Azza, your health, I'm gonna say you healed back to max.
Alright, so. That's a 4.
Okay. Yeah. What's your max health?
44.
Okay, let me just do some checking.
Yeah, not anymore.
How much was it?
44.
44?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're immediately knocked down. Your body begins to wither.
Wait, what?
Your
Cast mending.
eyes sink back into your skull, and you slowly fall, and you are immediately knocked down to 0 hit points.
I'm gonna cast mending on the painting.
It doesn't require mending. Nothing happens.
Okay.
Am I dead?
You're down to 0, but you're not dead. That's why I needed the check.
I
You're
am
down
going-
to 0 and a little dry.
I'm going to shove one of my doses of Relentless into their nose. Maybe that'll pop them back up.
They managed to pop back up to fine. However, they're still feeling the effects. Azza, what was your
cast
age
Cure
originally?
Wounds.
Huh?
My age is 35.
Yeah. So Azza is now effectively 70. Her mane has gone gray. Her body has become withered.
I heal Azza for 5 HP.
Let's go to the charlatan.
Let's go to the.
Have them remove this curse and restore her.
Let's
Greatly.
go.
As
Let's
soon as
go
you turn your,
to
as soon
the
as you turn your
church.
back to the painting, it is once more upon the wall.
Alright.
As it turns.
Black
as it
will
turns
hang
to-
back here. You two go ahead and start escorting her to the charlatan.
As it turns to chat and just goes, I'm so disappointed in you.
By the way, I am going to
warned you,
retcon
Azza.
slightly and say that you were healed to full by one of the other apprentice wizards who met you, just so that this worked, because that's the only way you didn't insta die.
How much damage was dealt?
84.
Jesus. If it,
I mean, was it necrotic?
Yeah.
Not to be a rule, not to be a.
no, we
Yeah,
looked
it
that
doesn't-
up. Silver, we looked that up. That is
only
rules
for
as
what-
written. That's Path 2,
Oh, okay.
not D&D.
All right. Asa, we warned you.
I didn't think that this would happen.
I told you capital C consequences. Now let's get you to the locksmith
Did you
priest.
fix up? I'm gonna hand 1,000 gold to them and say, this should cover it, but you owe flags.
Deal.
I'll give myself.
By the way, chat.
I'll add 1,000 gold to my pocket.
By the way,
Yeah.
chat. Hello, chat.
Gunmetal.
Alright. So, what's going on right now, guys?
Did you not
Yo,
hear what happened?
70.
Asa is now 70, and we're taking her to the locksmith.
As soon as as soon as everyone but you had their backs turned to the painting, it immediately reappeared upon the wall. Asa took 84 damage, and would have died if she had not been healed back to full.
If it dealt 4 more damage, Asa would have been instantly killed.
Yeah.
I drugged Asa.
Yeah.
This is just.
I don't have a health potion.
Yeah,
Okay,
I figure
like,
that's an
do you guys
okay way
see
of
that-
stabilizing, because like none of the rest of you have ways to stabilize, but Asa. So.
I have cure wounds.
And why didn't you use it before she used drugs?
Because she got to her first.
Yeah, that's fair. Asa,
So,
by the way,
so-
you don't feel the effects of being high because you have recovered, but you do feel the after effects. You feel drained, in addition to the fact that you now feel old.
Feel even more drained.
Yeah. Chat. So you saw all this happen, and several words have been burned into your brain.
Yeah.
I am going to give you a single chance to write something in your spell book. Will you take it, or will you go with Asa?
Take it.
Alright. So, while they all leave...
Well, Flax is staying behind.
Alright, well, while Rathu leaves with Asa, chat, you immediately look into your book. It is bound with black and has a hourglass on the front with a line through the middle. You flip to the very back of the book, and you begin to frantically write those words that were burned into your brain, and you recognize it as a powerful spell.
Oh.
You can't cast it, but put the level 9 spell Time Ravage in your spells list for when you can cast it.
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be
let us
Time-
see
Time
Time
Ravage.
Ravage.
You and a target creature you can see within range, putting its you target a creature you can see within range, putting its physical form through the devastation of rapid aging. Oh, that makes sense.
The target must make a Constitution saving throw, taking 10d12 necrotic damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
She did not succeed.
Yeah. So
If the save fails, the target also ages to the point where it only has 30 days left before it dies of old age.
only a wish spell or a
That's-
greater restoration cast at 9th level can end these effects and restore the target to the previous
Let's
age.
get moving.
Oh,
Well,
so end game cleric.
Material
so end-
components. An hourglass filled with diamond dust worth at least 5,000 GP, which the spell consumes.
Well, I gave you 1/5 of that. Y'all have to figure out
Let's
the
get
rest.
going. Come on.
I'm staying with Asa. I'm gonna babysit the cat. While you're writing that down, I kind of want to cut my own hand and put my blood. I want to smear my blood onto the painting. See if that does
Your
anything.
blood does get absorbed, however, it doesn't seem the same. You look away and you look back, and the chat that's in the picture seems to frown at you.
What? That
Is
is
the-
blood
once-
is fine.
Once
That's like
Rathu and
official blood.
once Asa and Rathu leave the campus, Asa just kind of like sighs under her breath.
Chat is going to be writing that down for the entirety of their of the time it would normally take to write down that spell, by the way. So
Yeah, it would take like 9 hours.
yeah.
Yeah, Rathy basically just hears, not another one.
See,
Told you, capital C consequences. Now let's take you to the cleric before you die.
I respect you, elders.
2 hours and 50 gold. So you need to use a total of, 2 hours. Yeah, so that's 18 hours, chat. You're going to be writing down for 18 hours, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
also remove the gold. I know you have enough, so you can deal with that later.
Yeah.
I
Greater
just cleaned it.
Restoration. I believe I gave them enough to cast to have the cleric cast Greater Restoration at 9th level.
You
1,000
should have,
gold.
yeah.
He's going to be very tired.
That's not our problem. We don't need him anymore, other than this. Sorry
He is-
for hanging
he is
out
my
here, chat.
friend.
Flax does not agree with the charlatan or deities in general.
I don't know how my mouth feels. He's about this age.
So, what are you writing down, chat?
You can look
I
over
think-
her shoulder, but it is in some form of cipher that you can't read.
Flax never understood.
Either that, or she just has really bad handwriting. You're not entirely sure.
She'll probably claim it's the former.
Yeah.
Flax has, Flax never really saw the necessity for a book. Magic just comes to her, and is just there. Flax is good at magic. Better than the people here, apparently. Do you know, chat, do you know the, person who was summoning demon chickens? Because Flax blinded them.
I'm pretty sure
It was
chat isn't paying attention to
I
Chat
know.
is completely ignoring everything.
Oh, I know. That's not gonna stop Flax from rambling on for the next 18 hours.
Oh, hey, another thing. My walking speed is halved, so
Yeah.
You gotta carry.
or
Actually,
get a cane.
you're in the age group of the drifter now.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm older than him.
So anyway,
Uh,
you managed.
You're in the
to,
age group of the kingpin who gave us a bagel shop.
Oh yeah. You should try
It
to
doesn't-
seduce them while you have the chance.
No.
You managed to make it to the religious district. It takes you about twice as long, which means like 4 to 6 hours rather than 1 to 3.
Walking so fast.
You walk up into the top of the area, and you see the area around you. You remember where the locksmith cleric is, and you
About
also
2 hours to
remember
get
where
there,
all
so.
the other clerics are.
Mm-hmm. If he's not able to cast this at if he's not able to cast it at a high enough level, we'll have to check out one of the bigger churches.
You think?
What? I head to the small temple, basically a shrine for the
You got a hand
locksmith.
Azza your gunpowder horn so that you can stick in her ear and hear things.
What?
You slowly guide Azza into the locksmith.
I use my thieves' tools to unlock the super easy locks.
Once you're inside, you find the locksmith cleric once again asleep.
Hey, we have a big issue.
What? What did you
What's that? What is there?
I stand to the side and like presenting hands.
As is just like Master Roshi, hand by the back, hand on a cane or something.
Rathu, I didn't realize you were into cougars.
What?
Funny, but no, this is Azza.
Oh.
You know, from the other day.
Doesn't look great.
No, she got ravaged with time.
That's how'd that happen?
Curse painting.
No, I was kind of expecting a ghost at this point. Well, I might be able to help, but
I have 1,000 gold if that helps.
Not really, to be honest. He just like starts digging around. I'm not strong enough to break it outright, but I can fix it if you're willing to do something for it. Not you, her.
Oh. Do what?
Well, it's a little bit complicated. You see, clerical magic is, like, connected to the gods and shit, right? But, most of the time, our magic and our connection with the gods is between us and intermediaries. And I have intermediaries who could, heal her, and I can talk them into doing it, but they would require, like an arrangement, like a deal to be made.
Can I try something?
Yeah.
I basically want to say, like, looking towards whatever the statue of the locksmith is. I bet he couldn't help me if even he tried.
No, he can. Although I'm not sure he'd want to. He's kind of making rat rods these days.
Yeah, he was working on a pretty nice car when I saw him. I think I still have a week on that questionnaire to be answered. Okay, so a deal?
Yeah, I've got a few lock spirits who could fix this.
Or
Well, each of them would require their own boon. He digs out a chest, and he grabs a small pile of locks, and he puts them in front of you. These are the locks that contain the spirits. It's a little bit weird. One of them is a large iron lock with a very large keyhole. One of them is a smaller brass lock about normal size. One of them is a very fine and small bronze lock, and one of them is a locket made of gold.
Considering their spirits, I'd take it they have weird boons.
Yeah, each of them can fix this, but they all have their own personalities. They're all in the service to the locksmith, but you know how fickle these kinds of beings can be.
And they just starts hitting the large metal one with their cane, like, hello, hello.
Maybe don't do that.
1 sec.
It's like knocking on the door. Except it's...
Let's see, 1 sec.
So,
No.
yeah.
Shush, 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 shush.
Yeah, you're writing things down while Flax is rambling in your ear.
Azza is immediately transported to another place. No one else is there, and Azza is returned to her normal form. Azza, do you look around?
Yes.
You find a place that looks somewhat familiar to you. Large and open fields and plains. But there is one thing that is not familiar. It is a large stone structure out in the distance.
That.
You begin to march towards the structure. It seems to take forever, and it seems to be instantaneous. When you arrive, you find that it is a very, very large prison with a door, and upon the door is a large lock.
I poke at the lock.
Immediately, a figure stands before you.
Oh, hello.
It seems to look very similar to you, except that its body is metallic, and it is very masculine. It is also only wearing a prisoner outfit. The bottom, like just the bottoms and the top of which is tied around his waist. Hello! Wonderful to meet
Hi.
you.
Nice to meet you too. Y'all must be one of them lock spirits that what's his name was talking about?
Yeah, about that. And then he gestures to his ankle. There's a lock around his ankle, and it goes to a chain and then just a giant iron ball at the end. Yeah, I'm one of them spirits. So you wanted that curse broken, right?
That's right.
Well, did you hear about how the deals kind of work in these parts?
It was kind of fuzzy, but I heard there was supposed to be a deal.
Well, you see, there are those of us who are spirits, and we can give you mighty power. We can give you strength, we can cure your illnesses. But of course, we are not gods, and so we are not so susceptible to the prayers of mortals. I always kind of thought that the locksmith was a little bit of a people pleaser for trying to do all those prayers, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I guess you.
So no, I prefer deals. Now, I was once a part of this mighty prison, but they took me away. I was removed 100 years ago when my prison was destroyed. You see, that was when the government decided to remove debtors' prisons. And of course, I was outraged at the time. What can I do if I am not to lock up the criminals? Do you understand?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I'll be right
understand
back.
completely. Criminal, be locked up. Can't do that without prison.
That is completely correct. And so, of course, I will be happy to help you. But what you've got to do is help me find another prison. And I need you to go inside for several days and find that baddest, the meanest man there. Sick me upon them.
Would it surprise you if I told you I was probably married to that man?
Probably not, to be honest. However, it'll be a little bit out of the way, if you know what I mean. I'll
I
give you
totally
a
understand.
certain amount of time. There are prisons in this fine city of your friends, and there are prisons in other cities which are even finer. You need to get arrested or some way worm your way inside of them and find the absolute worst possible prisoner. And I will bind them. Do you have a deal?
Hang on, Chucky. Cut out that last end. He will be bite.
You will bind them.
Well, sounds like we got a deal. I hold out my hand.
He holds out his hand and he clasps yours in the kind of like it's not like a regular like hand shake. It's more like the one from Predator where like two muscles are bulging and that you know what I mean. And it just like
Yeah, like that.
he disappears and suddenly you're back in your body and you feel just as strong as ever. And the only thing that feels even a little bit weak is around your wrist there is a single manacle. The lock is gone and there is a manacle upon your wrist. And it feels heavier than anything you've ever lifted, and yet you have no trouble lifting it.
Well, I promised I'm gonna get you one.
And then you hear a whisper in your mind. Thank you kindly.
And with that, I turn to Matthew. Well, that'll look.
By the way, do you like your the music that I've decided is Azza's theme song? Because I feel like
Yes.
that works.
It is perfect.
Anyway, yeah, no. So that just happened in like an instant for Rathu, and so now Azza has been healed, but she has a lock up on her wrist.
Hi, I'm back. What did I miss?
I'm back to normal, but I have a
everything.
manacle on my wrist.
Nothing. You missed nothing. Azza took the locksmith cleric's hand, and then an instant later, she's back to being young and also has a thing on her wrist.
She poked a she poked a very large lock, one that is, I'd say like a foot wide.
I got
Slightly
got
more
the
than
lock.
a foot
It was
tall. She poked it, and then after
big
like
iron lock.
the
Debtor's
lock,
prison.
the lock kind of disappeared, and then it like flew like kind of like you could see the energies flow around the cane and then up onto her arm, and then lock upon her wrist, and there's now a manacle upon her wrist. But she's fine.
Okay.
And buff.
Thank you kindly, locksmith. I say to that to the cleric, not the actual god.
Yeah.
Should I pay you for this or?
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just be sure to do what he said, and it'll be good. Hopefully another one will come that's not as belligerent as that one.
He wasn't belligerent. I understood everything he was saying. I mean, the only hard part is I gotta get into prison somehow.
He's kind of a dick. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna. And he just falls back asleep.
Yeah. Okay. Goodbye.
I like
You
the
just-
cleric.
He's got enough like chains and locks on him so that he falls asleep standing up, supported by the weight of the metal on him.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys you can go now.
We should ask his name at some point.
I can ask that on our way back.
Nah. Next time we'll ask him.
Oh, you talking about cleric?
Yeah, the cleric, not the lock.
All right. Anyway, I think I should fill you in on the terms of our arrangement.
Yeah. Okay.
So, my friend here, and she like holds up her wrist and shows the manacle. Used to be a lock at a. What that? Shut up. Sorry, my Google's helper started. Helper started. My friend here was a lock at a prison that seemed to be near my home, but long before my home was around. Eventually, them corporates decided, nah.
You hear a
prison was
whisper. You hear a whisper. That was kind of just an image. You just
Oh,
hear that
really?
in your head. It was an image in your mind. The prison was farther to the north.
Ah, okay. And I say I just say that like I'm just talking to a person.
Yeah. Raph, you hear
Alright, so
something.
Alright, so it was a prison. Still, it was a prison farther north. Corporate said, nah, they didn't want the prison anymore. It seems like it was like a debtor's prison. So they tore it down, left this guy. So he wants me to find a way to prison, get arrested, get any way you can get in there, find the meanest mother hubba, and just bind them forever. Probably forever, I don't know.
So,
Are you gonna ask the spirit its name?
Oh yeah, by the way, what's your name?
My name's Jailhouse. Thanks for
Jailhouse.
asking.
Like
It's actually a pretty cool name.
I felt
It's
like that
really
was a good,
stupid, but
appropriate
also
name.
cool.
Oh, I gotta get Jailhouse onto the meanest mother hubba in any one of these prisons in the city.
Any
Oh,
other
but just,
prison?
like,
There are other
clapping
prisons around as
one, or-
well. But
Any prison possible.
the meanest prison around here. I actually happen to have heard about it, but you'd need a map to see.
Yeah, well, honestly, I need a map to get around this place on its own. And that map, his name Chad.
do you have a time limit on this, or is it just before you die?
Oh yeah, is there a time limit on this? Like, do I have to do it in like 7 days, or otherwise I'd age to dust?
It's not a time limit, but I would prefer it if you do it as soon as you can.
You
know
got
what
it.
I mean. I just want to take care of this urge within me.
Jailhouse, I got a
Thank you
question.
kindly. Yeah?
What if we find someone ain't in jail but deserves to be in jail? Would you
Well-
accept that as well?
Well, I could construct a impervious jail for them if you thought that was best. But I've got to say, I've sensed this city, and the best are in here. Now, here's the best thing I can offer you. Find me a person, I'll take it. Find me more, I'll do it again for you. We'll see you
Got it.
make it slick.
You got it, Jailhouse.
I like jail.
And like, me too. Of
I
course,
just
Ratchet
stare
can't do
at
any of this,
Azza.
so I was just like,
Jailhouse.
yeah, I like that.
Azza is just talking to herself. By the way, for mental images, Jailhouse does just kind of look like a male version of Azza, clean shaven, but with like wildly long hair and just extremely buff cat person.
And probably a really beautiful mane as well.
Yeah,
considering,
yeah.
Lion.
Yeah.
A clean-shaven lion.
Well, yeah, no, like doesn't have the mane go down the chest, but like on the head.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like down the chin, but like on the head, it's like this long, flowing, beautiful thing.
Yeah, I get what
He
you're
looks
saying.
hot, is what I'm saying.
Anyway,
Anyway,
every time she's talking to Jailhouse, I'm just staring at her like, okay.
Jailhouse is like the dare lion.
Now
Anyway,
you've
we-
ruined him. Now you've ruined him. Now
No.
he's no longer sexy.
Anyway, Rappy, we
Anyhow.
should get back. We should get back to chat.
I don't know. The Dare Lion was already kind of sexy.
Anyway, his name is Darren.
Oh my god, I never knew that. Fuck you.
I just looked it up. His name is Darren the Lion.
That's horrible.
What does...
One of the first things that comes up on when you search Dare Lion is a fucking thin blue line.
Of course it is. Although that is
Another
hilarious.
is obviously Furry TF, but
Yeah. Anyway.
Alright.
Yeah, so this has been like only like 6 hours, so
Yeah, by the time you get back, Flax is like, and that is why after her exile, she chose the name Flax.
you get back about halfway through. It has been 9 hours. Chat is still working. Chat has taken like exactly 3 breaks to go somewhere else, grab paper and ink, and then come back.
Yeah.
Hey, we're back.
She
Az
has
is
her
not
fun.
old anymore.
And that is why Flax chose the name Flax.
Wait, your
after
name
her
ain't Flax?
exile. What?
Your name ain't Flax?
I just finished telling the story. Flax is too tired to tell the story again.
I like the idea
Oh,
that
it's
she
great to see
could
you.
totally use first person, but she decides not to.
No, that's just me, the player, slipping up.
I know, but I find it funny if Flax is deciding to be using the third person.
Flax just finished telling this story, and Flax is too tired to tell it again. It's way too long. It took 9 hours to recite. If Azza wishes to hear it, just ask chat to repeat it.
Maybe another time. I do want to show Jailhouse the rest of my crew here. And as it just holds up the manacle.
I found this on Google Image.
And what is that? It's a bracelet.
Jailhouse.
The manacle like pulses around your wrist. That thing ain't right.
Yeah, it's Flax. You get used to her.
No, that's not what I meant. That thing on the wall ain't right.
That goddamn piece of shit. That's the thing that turned me into an old lady.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, if I could capture that thing, it would be great, but I can't.
Azza, watch this.
Strong as
I
me.
cut my hand again and put it back on the painting to try and get this brown again.
The blood just disappears as soon as it touches the painting.
Something ain't right with that painting.
Flax
Yeah,
likes
you're
it.
telling me. I can't do shit to that thing. It is as strong as my soul. I swear upon my life.
I'd try and do something, but you saw what happened.
The actual artwork itself is mediocre, but Flax likes the material it is made out of.
Oh yeah, and Flax doesn't hear Jailhouse either.
I know,
No, yeah.
that's Flax responding to you speaking to nothing.
Yeah. No,
No, I'm not talking to Jailhouse.
That was Rhythm that left.
Oh yeah, I forgot to add another song after I stopped Azza's theme. Whatever. We're almost done. Yeah, that's fine.
What about jail? What jail?
This is Jailhouse.
You... Azza named her bracelet. Interesting.
No, let me start from the beginning.
It's a lock thing from the.
And I explained the whole story about the jail, the it being torn down, how I gotta get into prison, any prison, but apparently there's one that's like real bad.
Oh, Flax is always down to break into places.
No, I'd rather not break in, because then you know, if we break in, we ain't breaking out. Because apparently the only way to find this place is if you have a map, and right now my only map is where did you go?
Chat is writing in her book.
Is her.
Yes. Well.
And I say to Jailhouse. We found her studying teaming.
Flax in chat.
She is going to be taking a while, I swear to you. That is one complex spell.
Well, in the last few hours, Flax and Chat have become best of friends, and I hug, I get Chat in like a neck hold, really trying to
Yeah,
to
and
make
you do so, and you still Chat is just continuing to write and does not notice.
Yes. Flax and Chat have bonded over the last few hours. Chat told her entire life story. Flax told her the entire life story. Isn't that right, Chat?
Oh yeah, we're just feeling grimy, being two awesome women.
Yes. I'm guessing Chat didn't pay attention at all.
Absolutely not.
No, Chat's basically possessed.
Yeah, I figured.
No, she's just excited.
Ah, yes. So that thing is a god, allegedly.
Not a god,
No,
but
not
he's a spirit.
not a
Like
god,
the,
but powerful.
Spirit of a lock that you'd put on a jail cell or on a
Well, that
convict.
makes it better than Cotton Flax's book.
I am nearly as strong as a locksmith, but I refuse to listen to the prayers of mortals. They're inane sacks of shit, if you ask me.
I relay that to everyone else because I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that hears it.
Yeah.
Flax likes
You
this
are.
one. It does not have any illusions about what it is. If Azza is being truthful, though Azza is terrible at lying.
That's true.
Yes. Or really good at lying and only feigning being bad.
Oh, so she's not good at lying. Anyway,
But this.
Oh man, if Flax heard that, she would groan. Ah,
I'm a lion, but I ain't lying.
Flax
Boo.
likes this one. Already better than 90% of the deities.
And to be honest, I don't
Yeah.
really,
I do hand quotation marks around deities.
listen to deities myself either.
Good. Deities
kind of
don't
odd
exist.
you've got some have interest in you, my lovely friend.
Was Jailhouse saying that about Flax or?
No, she's saying that to Azza. I mean, he's saying that to Azza. My
Why, thank
lovely
you.
friend, there are some deities who have taken an interest in your goings-on. Although, I suppose it may be a little bit closer to a spirit like me. Doesn't answer prayers no more.
To be fair, the last thing that we did deal with was a vampire down in the sewer.
Yes, the sewers. We must go back to the sewers and get more vampires.
Oh,
Flax requires their ashes.
Flax?
Excuse
I was-
me, vampires?
Flax? I was talking to Jailhouse.
Vampires are, it's a little bit different, but I suppose I understand. But I think this has been a long association of yours. Yeah, I can't really determine it. She isn't really willing to talk to me right now. Maybe later.
Me?
He can only talk to you, so yeah. No, he's talking
Oh,
about the other being who has a specific vested interest in you. That is what he said.
Okay.
There is a god that has an interest in you, and then he said, although maybe she may not be called a god because she hasn't been answering prayers. Those were his exact words. Okay.
Let's see.
Anyway, we have some kobolds to put in body bags.
Yes,
All right. Well,
we need their ashes to make
Chat
more.
is
and
still
we need-
stuck doing her homework, so you guys can go do that if you want.
Still need to cash this check also.
Y'all can
the
do it.
thing's
I want to keep
probably
it on the chat.
closed by now.
Oh
It is
yes,
probably
speaking
closed
of
by
money,
Yeah,
here's your
it's
1,000 gold back.
Oh, good.
now. Chat. As soon as you hear that, you realize that you need some of that gold.
Might I borrow?
Hang on,
Might I
my
borrow?
headphone's turned off.
And what does
Some of
Flax
these gold?
return?
How about some dedicated
Now the battery
service
must have died.
from a
One second.
scholarly
I currently can't hear anyone.
wizard?
Okay.
I cannot understand what chat is saying.
Yeah.
Gunmetal, you're incredibly muffled.
Yeah,
Okay, how about now? How about
That's
now?
You're
much
better.
That's better.
I was trying to say is like how about some extra hours with a
There we
scholarly
go.
student, you know?
well, if Flax decides to stay, there's nothing Azza can do about it.
I couldn't hear anything for like a good minute there. What was going on?
Yeah,
Chat is asking for about half of the gold that Rafu just handed back to Flax.
and Flax is trying to negotiate something out of it.
Chat is saying more quality time.
Flax wants to know more about the painting. Flax wants the painting to like Flax.
Chat.
Oh.
You hear a whisper in your head that says that the money will make the painting like her more.
Oh. Well, I'm hearing whispers that the painting would enjoy your generosity quite greatly. Might even be more affectionate to you. If
Very
you
well.
were to
I
help.
toss 500 gold, then stick a bloody hand on the painting. Oh shit! I accidentally
You should
added
start
500.
marking hit points with all the cutting you're doing.
Yeah, your cuts aren't healing.
Okay. Let's see. How much? So this would be like the 5th time I've done this.
It's fine. You've
So-
healed the rest by now. It's been 8 hours.
Yeah.
This is light
3,
activity.
6, 4.
No, everything
3.
before now is healed by now. It's fine.
Okay.
because
Now-
you have
now roll
spent
again.
9 hours doing light activity. That is a long rest.
I'm gonna be while they're down getting the bodies. Az is just gonna be up there with chat.
Okay.
Alright. Is there any change to the painting this time?
What happened? You bloody it again?
Yeah.
You notice that the figure in the painting, which obviously is in an older chat, seems to smile this time rather than frown.
Yeah.
Is it a full smile or is it just like a smirk?
It is showing a single tooth, like an anime girl.
Is it pointy?
Yes.
Is it pointy in the way that cat, like, feline?
You cannot
teeth are
be.
pointy,
It is
or-
not quite high enough detail that you can tell the difference between if it is a feline pointy fang or if it is a vampy pointy fang.
All right.
You can just tell that it is a pointy fang.
All right. Well, Flax's work is done here. Flax will see you on the morrow. Flax has sewers to delve into with Rathu.
Oh, hey, I was just wondering, do you think maybe I could stay over at you guys' place?
Sure, technically you are on the lease.
Well, sure. Like, I just feel more adventurous.
You hear whispers saying that you have to finish the spell first.
All right. Oh, sorry. I forgot what I said. You guys head on back, okay?
Azza will stay with you.
Okay.
I need to come up
okay,
with a
Flax,
voice for the painting.
Let's go.
He does often shoot glares at that painting, though.
Yeah. Azza and Jailhouse just have a conversation the whole time.
The painting blares back.
That thing ain't right.
Hell, y'all think that thing is?
It is
Alright.
outside the realms of mortal ken.
God, there's a fly in here.
All I can tell is
Oh,
that
I
it
get
is
that.
some combination of fiend and undead.
Yep, that is only the best example that it can give.
All right.
It is something
we actually found it.
special.
We actually found it when we were dealing with that vampire I talked about.
Well,
I actually got something off him too, but so
The problem with that is I'm fairly certain that this painting is much older than that vampire, and it is not affiliated, it never has been, with any vampire. It's something much more special.
beginning to wonder. Maybe it was the one that made that vampire.
Oh no.
What happened? Oh no, our DM is experiencing tech difficulties.
Did my
Could
mic
it
turn
be-
back on?
Oh God, yes.
but you
Okay.
were quite
Yeah.
loud.
Thank you. Sorry, my mic got unplugged. I
I
figured
don't
that.
think it did. We heard you say, "Oh shit, oh no."
No, that came through my other mic.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I think that thing creates something much more wrong than a vampire.
And whatever it makes It's doing that. It's doing that to her. And I look at chat.
You do, Jailhouse. I want you to roll perception again, but gain a +4 bonus.
With my current bonus to
Yes,
perception?
in addition to your current bonus.
Alright, so that's going to be a +4. 18, 19, 20, 21.
Okay, so that's
23.
a 22.
23.
As you look, Jailhouse begins to glow, and then chat begins to glow along with the painting. You and Jailhouse are glowing slightly green for some reason. You can't really be sure why. But chat, is glowing blue. Blue and purple. It is...
And the painting?
And the painting is also glowing blue and purple. And the chat's outline, you can notice a familiar sense similar to the spell that was cast upon you. It feels similar, but more benign. Extremely similar.
I think I know what's going on.
There are...
What is happening? What is happening to y'all, chat?
There is an effect of a spirit that I cannot even understand. That thing ain't right. I'm telling you.
And I just tried to pull it off the wall. Turn me 70.
Yeah, I think it can do more than that. Don't worry.
Unfortunately.
I'll
I
try to
understand
help
right
you.
now.
I'll try to help you after you hold up your end of the bargain.
Don't worry, I will.
Good. You just get like the mental feeling of the like firm handshake grasp thing. You just like feel like that, like you know, not like actually feeling it happen, but like feel the kind of like heart and like mind.
Sensation of
like
the sensation.
sensation of agreement. Just like some form of like camaraderie, the sensation of camaraderie.
It's the only thing I can really describe it, because I've watched it recently, is like the camaraderie between Itadori Yuji and what was his name? Aoi Todo? Dojo?
I don't know that one.
Wait. Talk about Jujutsu Kaisen right here.
Yeah, that guy.
We get back to the thing.
Yeah.
Back to the thing.
Nerds.
Flax and Rathu wander back to the subway station, and they see just a single lone figure smoking and leaning against the street pole, the light pole of the subway station.
Is it R or the old man?
It is R.
Oh. Hey, R.
Hey, you're a buddy. What do you call himself?
Drifter?
Yeah, something like
Argent.
that. That lonesome fella. He came by and told me to help you out.
Do you need help?
I mean,
Hard to say, my good man. The sun is going down, by the way. It's hard to say.
Oh, while you're here, you can act as an ambassador for the old crone. Tell him that Flax has developed a new substance that she wishes to distribute.
Yeah? I'm sure he'll be interested.
Here's a sample, and I give one of my I give one dose of the ash to
He places it in a pocket inside his jacket. I'll get it to him right away.
yes.
But
we are going to go make more, but only Flax can make it. Only Flax has the materials and know-how to make it.
I suppose he blows smoke into your face. I suppose that'll have to be acceptable to the old man.
If not, Flax can always find somewhere else to distribute it.
Oh, I'm sure the old man. Sorry, wrong accent. I'm
I think
sure
it's
the
like
old.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, no. I'm sure the old man can understand what you're saying. I'm just wanna take you out. But you wanna come here? You're going down there to retrieve some things, aren't you?
Supplies.
Possibly.
Well, your buddy I wanted your buddy the drifter wanted me to tell you guys that he's not down there anymore.
The kobold?
I don't know about that. Your main enemy got away. It's gone.
That makes sense.
Flax has no quarry with that one.
He flicks his
Flax
cigarette
only
away.
cares about Flax only cares about what's still down there.
Look, if you want to, I'm sure the old man will be happy to try to sell your stuff. He lifts his sunglasses, which he's been wearing, in the dark. And he puts them on his head, and his eyes are kind of just a little bit bloodshot, but also a little bit glowing.
Okay.
Listen, I think I can help you get a better deal out of him. Listen, I bet I can get you a better deal at... Why can't I do the New York accent? I keep slipping into the fake drawl.
Joey Wheeler.
Bare new shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, look, I'm willing to help you out here, but look, I can get you that, and that'll be fine. Or, you do a little job for my man, and I'm sure you can get a much better deal out of it, if you know what I mean. Normal production selling type stuff is 40-60, 40 on your side. Now, I'm sure we can get that up to 80 on your side, but only if you're willing to do a few tasks.
Insight check.
Okay.
Oh, that was almost a 9. Yeah, no, I'm not getting jack shit out of that insight check. That was a 6 total.
He is telling the truth.
I have rolled a 21.
He is telling the truth.
Max does not trust.
I nod.
Rathu,
does not trust
you do actual. Okay, Rathu, you do notice that he is omitting one detail about the job that he's proposing, and that he will continue to be omitting that detail. But everything else he is saying is the exact truth.
That's probably just a hit plan.
Look, it's not